Starting, hello guys. First, this is the video series again. Is continuing more and more until you become more than expert in the ladder logic programming. So, because we was talking last time about the importance of timer and the timing in the ladder logic programming. So today I'm going to continue my last session for the timing technique and how we utilize every kind of timer and beats of timer and timing in your programming. So let's getting starting and jumping into our video. So with no further delay, so here we go into the what we call it, the cascaded timer. So like sometimes we want to make the timing in cascading technique, like instead of using one timer for the whole period, so we can like dividing this period into two, three, four, or many timers. And why we doing this? Because somebody might ask me why we doing like one timer for the whole period. That's a very good question, and the answer for this is you just want to do something in between. Like for here in this page, you can see, yes, we have two timer, and the second timer is based on the first timer. So once the first timer going to dump it turns into true, the second timer will be activated, and which is we take the output of the timer, output bit for the dump bit timer of the T41 to be the input for the T42. So T42 start timing based on the finishing or completing of first timer. But if I need, like the first one is for 10 seconds, the second one is for 8 seconds. So the question you raised is like we can use only one timer for the 18 seconds, but I'm saying here you might want to have something happen if after 10 seconds, and also you will need to continue after 18 seconds, another thing will be happen. So we need some technique called the cascading timer. So let's make this thing in our simulation. So last time we have shown here the timers for one timer. So let's add here another rank. Okay, this is all this input related to the first timer. Leave it alone, and let's adding just one bit here, one rung, I mean, I'm sorry. So I'm using this input here, and this input will be the dump bit for the first timer. So this will be here the dump bit. It will be the input for the next timer. It will be like this timer. I will take this timer below. Okay. Why it is not going? Like I'm here, yes, in programming. So I just want to remove this one here. So this is the second timer. It will be like, for example, this timer will be T4, T4 0 or T4 3, another timer. And the time will be 8 seconds. Once this completed, so the dump bit will initiate the other timer. Do we have anything else we need to do here? No, nothing. So we just need to showing this timer will energize something. So moving here to the programming again, and the bit, and this is the bit, and this is the output. So let's energize this output here. Okay, based on the timer done of the other one, but remember this is T43, okay, for that timer. So let's run this program, and we just want to make this one here. I don't know if we can. Yeah, okay, so let's run this program. So by downloading the program, okay, and going with the this one will count time, okay, but it will count time just when I enable the input here. So we need to reset everything, like we need to reset everything like this, and download again to show you what's going on. So starting with this timer, so this timer will count, and this is the TT counting and this is the end until this is on. Once this is on, after reaching to 100, so this one now start counting, because the dump bit for the other first timer is done, until reaching to 80, and reaching to 80, so the dump bit of this timer is on and the output is on here. See here guys, again, and the notes. So I will make this one to on again and see what's going on. So here is for the timing bit, and here's for the enable, and this one will be on after 100 seconds. Well, I'm sorry, 10 seconds. And once it's on, so the other timer is on, so we're waiting for this output to be on for from the second timer. Yes, that's what happened. Let's see also this thing, same thing for the for the what we call it, we call it, I'm sorry, we call it the yeah, we call it the data. So let's see here in the data itself. So you can see both of them reaching to the preset value, accumulation and the reset value for timer 4, timer 3, and this is for the output that we energized based on the you can see this is output I energized, the 3 output here we energized, and this is for cascading timer. So what else we have here? The other technique of the cascading timing, the other technique or the next technique is to how to resetting my timer, like after timer reaching to the preset value, so the dump bit will turn it on, and after the dump bit becomes on, so that will disable the input to the timer, so that leads the timer to be reset and to timing again. Okay. So let's see how this is helps to make the timing to continue more and more by resetting the timer. So for example, I here I am starting with this timing, and every time I want to reset the cycle, I just want to reset this bit, but I don't need to reset this bit. So you can imagine, guys, like this this will be, I'll call it like I call it like this is the start button, push button. So this is the start push button. So start push button, it should be for only one time, and I will add in this rung one other rung. It will be like the T, like 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 I can using the dump bit for the second timer to reset the cycle. Like for example, I'm starting with this timer. Okay, and after this timer dump bit goes on, so the second timer will be count until reaching for 8 seconds, and after that 8 seconds this one will be on for a glance, and then once it's be on, so this will be disable the input from this timer. Okay, and once the this disables the input of this timer, that means the dump bit for the first one will go, so this also will be resetted, and once it is resetted, so the dump bit no longer become on, so this timer this rung will this RTO will be this logic on the left, which is the input for timer 1, will be high again, and the timer counts and so on. So let's see if this logic is correct or not. So here we download and see here. Let's starting from beginning. So here the timer is count and timing bit and the enable is okay, and this one after 100 after 10 seconds become on for a glance, and this one after this one become on. Okay, what happened is this one will be on, and once this one will be on, I think something is not correct here, so we need to correct this logic. So guys, you can see here the logic again, like I starting with this timer, and when the input is on for this timer, so timer 4 starts to count, the timing bit is starting to count until reaching to 100, and once reaching to 100 or after 10 seconds this timer will be on, and after this timer will be on, so this timer will enable the other timer here in the below T4 2, and once the T42 becomes on, or the dump bit for the second timer will be on, that means this will be reset the first timer again, and the cycle will continue more and more. So let's see the logic, how it will be run, and how if it is correct or there is a problem to solve. So here I'm moving to after downloading the logic and running, and this, let's say this one is on. So the first timer, as we planned, start counts until reaching to the accumulator reaching to 100, and by reaching 100, so the output of this timer will be on, as you can see, and the other timer start counts, and after start counts to 8 seconds, you can see the cycle repeated more and more and more. So you can notice here also in the cycle, like this is the dump bit for the first one, and this is the dump bit for the second one, and after it reaching to done for the second one, the done bit will reset this rung and let the counter repeat it more and more. And this is a technique. So we have two techniques here, the one technique for cascading timing, and the second technique is to how to reset the cycle that based on timer. So now let's moving in the reset a couple of minutes to the other type of timer, which is a T-off timer. As we discussed many times before, but here, because we are nailing the timing techniques, so the opposite of on delay timer is the off delay timer. So it's very simply like it starts the dump bit to be on from beginning until counting into the preset value. Once reaching the accumulator reaching to the preset value, so the dump bit will goes to off. That's why it calls off delay. So the dump bit going to be off after that delay. So let's make other one here to showing what's if guys, like we put this one to be of the type of off delay instead of to be on delay. So we can replace this one, okay, with another timer which is off delay, and this off delay. So moving to the timer and using off delay timer here for sure. So I need this one here. So this off delay, I call it for sure the same timer T43, I'm sorry. So this is T43, and put it for 8 seconds also. So the logic here will be like this is a start. This timer T44 will start counting, reaching to the 100 or 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, the dump bit of the T44 will enable this output, and also will start this timer. By starting this timer, so the output of this timer, which is the dump bit, will start also with its start, and the dump bit will be on until reaching 8 seconds. It will be off, and then restart the cycle for sure. So this is, I think, it will be amazing if it works like we planned. So let's see if it is good or not. By having this, we will have completed the target of these lessons, to showing the cascaded timing technique, to showing also the we have shown also the how to reset the cycle to repeat more and more forever, and also we show the second main type of timer, which is the off delay timer. So here we can see if this will work like we plan or not. So here this is counting, and this is the output for this timer. Okay, it will be start with the output for the second one for sure. This one is on now, and the other timer continue to count. Okay, and after this timer reaching to the target, so this timer will reset the first timer to count again and again. Okay, so here is the T4. Okay, but once you can see here T4, the problem is when T4 dump bit, T3 dump bit will start with this one. So T3 dump bit here. Let's see here the T3 dump bit here in the data. So what's going on here in the data itself? Okay, so here you can see the data of timer for T4 and T3. Concentrate in this one. So you can see the dump bit is on for the first one. Okay, and then those for timing bit and enable, and those will be on and off.